culture, we worship the woman as Shakti, and Shalini Vadhera exemplifies just that. She created a multi-million-dollar business from scratch, despite several obstacles and challenges. Hi Shalini, welcome to Andaaz.
Hey Sarika, thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, I love the story that you told me once about how you got started, that you were just so persistent, standing in front of a studio. Tell us about that again.
I know, I cannot take no for an answer. I literally used to drive 2.5 hours up to LA and sit in front of CBS studios. And I would call and say, I'm sitting outside, I really want to come in and meet with the hair and makeup people. And it was always a no, no, no. And I would drive 2.5 hours home feeling very dejected. And then finally one day she said, okay, fine, come on in. And I went in and she said, bring your makeup. And next thing I knew, I had a job at CBS.
And then from there, you created a multi-million-dollar business. I'm sure you had your set of challenges on that journey. Give us a couple of stories.
Oh, absolutely. You know, just as an entrepreneur, there's always going to be challenges of not knowing what you're doing and, again, pounding the pavement. I mean, I knew when I launched my brand I wanted to be in Sephora and on QVC, but luckily they had contacted me, so I got in. But from there I went and I wanted to be in Macy's, and again, it was just calling. Yeah. And then it got to the point where it was growing much bigger than me. So I had to go and raise money. So that was a whole challenge of learning how to raise money and meeting with investors. And then I actually got an investor in who tried to take my company. And so I spent the last couple years fighting for my company. So that was the biggest challenge of my entire life.
Elaborate on that a little bit. An investor came in. Here you built this company from scratch out of all of your persistence and hard work. And then an investor comes in and he tries to take it from you. I mean, that feeling must have been devastating.
It was shocking, actually. I did not anticipate that. I'm a very, you know, if we're partners, we're going to make it a go.
Right.
But it was an interesting learning experience. I'm actually, now that I can reflect on it, I'm grateful because he was my master teacher. He taught me everything I'll ever need to know in business for the rest of my life.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, just the lessons of, you know, how to deal with something like that, how to fight, how to have courage, you know, and how to recover from such a major life lesson. So it's been an incredible experience.
Absolutely. Sometimes our biggest challenges come with our biggest lessons in life.
Absolutely. And if you can look at it that way, then it just ends up being even better for you.
Absolutely. Well, being a woman, I'm sure you well, perhaps it was a positive thing for you. Do you feel like being a woman was a positive thing, or did it create hindrances in your career?
A little bit of both. I mean, being a woman, you definitely have the support of other women, so that really helps. But when it came to fundraising, I didn't meet that many women. I met tons of men. So it was great, you know, being an attractive woman, you were able to get the meetings and go in, but then they didn't necessarily, you know, match intelligence with beauty, or they wanted to, you know, close the deal a different way that would, you know, undermine your integrity. And that was a big challenge because it was a very delicate dance of not, you know, creating a situation where you were pissing these guys off, but also, you know, saying, no, I don't play that way. And if you want to invest in my company, then this is why you should.
Despite your busy schedule and your successful lifestyle, you managed to meet your Prince Charming. Tell me a little bit about that.
He is Prince Charming, isn't he?
He so is.
He's so cute. He's so sweet. You know, again, it was just fate and destiny. I mean, I had really no say in it. We met at the end of 2005 on a pilot. He was the host. I was an expert. And it was like, hey, how are you? Great to meet you. And that was it. It was nothing. And then another year goes by, and I'm doing my book signing for my book, Passport to Beauty, at Henry Bendel's in New York. And he comes to the book signing, and again, it's like, hey, how are you? Great. Nothing. And then another year goes by, and I signed a deal with NBC Universal for a show based on my book. And I'm doing the Today Show, and they decide we're going to start putting you on Access Hollywood. So I'm meeting with his executive producer, and they call him into the office, and they're like, oh, have you guys met? And we're like, oh my God, why do we keep meeting? This is crazy. So by 2008, he had asked me out for dinner, and I said, okay. And we went to this Italian restaurant. There just happens to be this big Ganesh right at our table of all the places. And I'm like, this is my favorite god. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, he's a remover of all obstacles. And then we started talking, and we realized for the last 10 years, we had just missed each other. And we just knew. I mean, as much as we were like, we're not ready for a relationship or whatever, we just kept meeting, and it was just meant to be.
Oh, I love that story. Well, Shalini, for young budding entrepreneurs out there that are looking to follow their passion, what advice do you have for them?
One, never give up. to be really smart about who you bring into your business, because everybody's going to want to be part of it. So make sure you do your due diligence, find out who these people are, what their motivations are. That's something that I really learned firsthand.
Yeah, me too.
And surround yourself with, mentors and really supportive people. I mean, that's the way to do it, is just having a real positive group around you that can be behind you all the way.
Absolutely. So what's next for Shalini Vadhera?
Oh gosh, so many great things. I'm so excited. I'm staying with the whole, my passion of travel and finding out about what women do around the world. So continuing that theme, I'm writing my next book called Kind Beauty, which is all based on affirmations and rituals and things that you can do to celebrate yourself on a daily basis.
I love that. Celebrate yourself.
Right? I feel like we're so hard on ourselves as women that we forget to just give ourselves a break. And just if we spent 10 minutes a day and did something nice for ourselves, I think it would just change not only us, but everything around us as well. And then, of course, I'm working on my next brand, which I'm so excited about.
I know. I can't wait to learn about your next brand. I know it's a secret. Well, thank you so much, Shalini. It's been such a delight to talk to you today.
Anytime, Sarika. I adore you.
Absolutely.